Hey guys, what's up? Wanted to make another music production tip video. Um, uh, so most of these videos I'm making them under the assumption that whoever's watching this, probably nobody at this point, uh, but the assumption is basically whoever's watching this probably makes music. They're a little bit experienced. And they're just looking around YouTube, having fun, looking for tips here and there. So today I wanted to share probably one of the biggest tips that I have, and it's one of the things that changed my life the most when it came to actually like finishing songs. And interestingly enough, I worked a sales job a long time ago, and what they taught us was the best salesmen are not the people that are constantly trying to reinvent the wheel and do all this crazy stuff. They're the ones who master the fundamentals, right? It's like a house. It's like if you want the best sturdy house, you're going to master like the foundation of it, because it doesn't matter how creative you get with everything else. If that foundation cracks, the whole thing's coming down. So with music, I found that for a long time I couldn't finish songs. That was the main one. Is that I could never get my songs to like this finished point. I was like reaching for like the top shelf all the time, and it's like as soon as I learned how to do something, I'd be like, okay, I want to keep going. Like I'm not going to use that. And it wasn't until I had a paid client, someone who hired me to make like these EDM songs for him, because he wrote lyrics and he just wanted something. He was like, yeah, I want like a song that's like Dub FX. If you don't know Dub FX, look him up. He's cool. He's been around forever. DUB space FX. Anyway, he wanted songs like that. And so it wasn't until I was like, oh crap, like I've got this guy. He's paying me like $700. And what I thought to myself was like, all right, I can't fuck around. I need to produce a finished song. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick to what I know works. I'm going to stick to the chord progression that I know works, and I'm just going to stick to the basics in that way. And I was thinking, even if it comes out overly simple, this guy he didn't have a great ear for like music anyway. So I thought that I had some like wiggle room. I could, even if it came out overly simple, I didn't care. But what ended up happening was, because I just focused on what I knew worked, it like built this foundation of the song, and then I started to add little details on top of it, and before I knew it, I had created the quality of song that I had been searching for a long time. And it like blew my mind, because it wasn't until I got in that mode of like, oh shit, I have to do this. I need to stick to what I know works, that my songs began to blossom. And the album I'm working on right now would not exist had I not had this one client. So yeah, he changed my life in that way. So if you feel the same, if you feel like you've been beating a dead horse, and like you're constantly trying to like one up yourself, try to take a step back and stick to what you know works. Because at the end of the day, depending on what genre you make, like I said, like choose a chord progression that you know works, and just build something simple to start with. Just build a solid, whatever it is, just a solid like bass line and drum beat, and make that interesting in and of itself before you move on and just keep adding and adding and adding and adding and adding. So yeah, that's my tip for today. I'll keep it short. Return to the basics, the fundamentals, what you know works. And once that has become solid, you'll actually realize that as you start to add decoration onto that, it all comes together, and it's like, oh crap, it worked, rather than coming from this like advanced mindset and like working back down, and then I'll make the simple stuff underneath. So it's vague for some, but I think it's some people need to hear that depending on what level you're on. So yeah, that's my tip for today.